You see, we live in a world where data is extremely, extremely valuable. And because of it, people are willing to do whatever to collect it or hold on to it just so they can leverage it, sell it, and profit from it. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, pose for the frame. And in this video, I want to talk about the credit bureaus. The credit bureaus profit off of holding on to incorrect information. Why? Because of the very reasons that I started the video off with. Because data is very important. And having a lot of data positions you in the marketplace as someone who has a lot of detailed information or access to individuals. So if that's the case, then guess what? If they know that you hold on or have a lot of data, the more data that you have, the more that you have the ability to give them access to the data, and they are willing to pay you because of all of the information that you have been corrected. So by understanding that the credit bureaus want to keep as much data as possible, pretty much they're just a data company. They're just a company that collects a lot of data on individuals, and it's personal information, and it's just a part of the business, no big deal. But understanding that gives you a little bit more leverage. The fact that you know that they just want to hold on to data, whether it's accurate or not, gives you a bit more positioning and leverage in terms of restoring your credit. Why? Because if you know that they want to hold on to data just for the sake of holding on to data, even if it's inaccurate, guess what that means? That means that it's a lot of people, at least 79% that we know of, that has some inaccurate information that is showing up on their credit report. And guess what? If you have some inaccurate information that's showing up on your credit report, if you dispute it, they have to remove it because it's inaccurate. Why is it on my credit report if it is not accurate? And the laws protect you due to the fact that there is a FCRA, which is a Fair Credit Reporting Act, and then there's a Fair Debt Collection, Practices Act as well. Those things protect you. So if it's certain things that are on your report that are inaccurate and they're just sitting there, then it's just like it's things that are on your report just waiting to be removed. All they need is a little nudge. So what you got to understand is give those bureaus a little nudge to get that stuff off of the credit report. They don't want to remove it just because it's inaccurate, even if the system knows. And you got to understand one thing, we're dealing with a lot of computerized systems when you're dealing with the credit bureaus, and that's okay. Understanding that gives you some leverage as well, but that's a whole nother video. So understanding that they keep stuff on their reports, even if the system knows that it's some things that do not match, means that all you have to do is get them to address it, have it corrected, or have it removed altogether, and it gives you a head start on restoring your credit. Why? Because if there are old addresses or some things that are blank or some things that are misspelled, then that might not be you. That might not be your account. It's something that they may have dropped the ball on and didn't enter the information in properly, but who cares if they did something improperly, or if it is somebody who may have used your account and that's fraud. That's a whole nother thing. The main thing is you understanding that if it's some incorrect information on there, whether it's a wrong address, misspelled name, the birthday is off, a number is off on the account, a whole lot of things that go into being inaccurate that should not be on your credit report, then that's grounds for removal if you go about disputing it properly. So we went a while just teaching people and giving people the game, free information, paid information, do it yourself, encouraging people to do it themselves. But a lot of people came to us and just was like, look, we don't really just want to do it ourselves. I know we can do it ourselves, but we don't necessarily want to because we got a lot going on and we're doing this. So we just don't want to do it. So can we hire you for your services? And for a long time, we rejected. We're like, nah, we just want to empower the people. We just want to empower the people to do it themselves. But now we're here to say that we offer a service that allows people to come to us and we do it on their behalf, just help them through the process, educate them through the process so that they can understand how to keep their credit intact once it gets to where they want it to be. Now, why am I saying all of this? Listen, Erroneous information on your credit report is information that can boost your credit score like crazy. I've seen people boost their credit score just off of getting errors removed and correcting certain things. I've seen people get stuff removed off their credit report and their points jump 100 points, 80 points, 50 points, 60 points, just because they got the erroneous stuff off of there. And then it just makes the rest of the credit restoration process a lot simpler once you get all of the bad weeds out. When you get the weeds out of a garden, the garden looks more beautiful. When you get the weeds out, it flourishes more, it grows more, because you don't have anything that's draining the score. You don't have anything that's draining the life out of the beauty in your garden. So you kind of got to look at your credit report as that. Let's look at these weeds, these errors, this improper information, these blanks, these things that aren't put in properly. Let's get them out of the way. I need to look at my credit report and everything looks clean. Okay, what's positive? Okay, what is positive? Do they have some errors in the information that they have? Because that may strengthen the score as well. Let me get that information updated and make sure it's accurate as well. So that way, when I get rid of these erroneous addresses and things that are on here, everything is in alignment. So you got to look at all things, because I promise you, if your credit report has any amount of age to it, it's a good chance that it's an error on that report. And if it's an error on that report, then it's a good chance that your score should probably be 50 to 100 points higher than what it is. And if your score is 400, 500, then your score should probably be a few hundred points higher than what it is. So that being said, you got to understand that the credit bureaus is just a data company, and they profit off of the fact that they hold on to that data, even if it is inaccurate. So let's get that inaccurate stuff off your credit report, boost your score like it needs to be boosted, so you can benefit from the power of credit, using it wisely, leveraging it, and building wealth for your family. That's all I got. Mr. Smith, .5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, signing out.